Hello, welcome to class. I'm Maggie and I will be your teacher for today. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to come here and to connect with yourself. Today we'll be focusing on moving slowly, nourishing our nervous system, and tending to our hips. Our hips often get really tight, and you may have heard that we store emotions in our hips. And the reason that that saying is so common is actually because when we enter into fight or flight, or even into a freeze state, a shutdown state, that mobilization or lack of mobilization is driven in the muscles in our hips. So when we freeze, we curl up, right? That's driven from our hips. When we get ready to run or kick, to fight or flee, that is emotion that is also driven from our hips. So when those cycles are left incomplete, we're unable to respond, our body still is preparing to do that and act that out whenever we're faced with stress. So this is a nice, gentle somatic practice to help soften and loosen and release anything that might be stuck or stored in our hips. I look forward to flowing with you today. If you want a playlist to go along with class, I do have my playlists available on Spotify. I have the link below in the description for you to access. Let's go ahead and get started. So we're actually going to start facing the long edge of our mat. Go ahead, spread your knees, your feet hip width or a little bit wider apart, and then drop your knees over to the right. Sit up on both sits bones and then fold over your right shin. Here is deer pose. It's an abbreviated version or a kind of a smaller angle in our knees and in our hips than 90-90. And we'll start here and settle in and connect with our breath. Let yourself just melt into this posture. Allow yourself to just become aware of the body. Let your chest rise and fall. Let your belly, your diaphragm expand and contract. Start to press into your hands, lift your chest, walk your hands in. Hands can stay off the floor or come back behind you for support. Draw your knees up toward the ceiling through center, and then drop the legs over to the left. Find deer on the other side. You can lower down to forearms. Let your chest melt over your left leg. When we move slowly, when we move mindfully, it signals to our body, to our nervous system, that we are safe, that it's okay to relax and soften. It doesn't have to be on defense. It doesn't have to be prepared to fight or to run. On your next breath in, lift your chest, hands walk in towards your shin. Hands lift off or come behind you for support. We're going to take a little hip mobility drill to get started. So draw your knees through center, drop the knees over to the right, press up onto your shins, press hips forward. Lower your hips back down, draw knees through center, over to the left, rise up, and lower. 2 more. Over to the right, lift, lower, through center to the left, lift, lower. This time we go through center. Make your way over to the right. Lift your hips up. Step your left foot in line with your right knee. Straighten out the right shin. Lower your hips down to sit on your heel. Toes are untucked. You can sit up on a block as well here. And gently nudge your left knee towards your toes, starting to warm up into the ankles. Bring your hands down toward the mat. Inhale, lift your hips up, straighten through your legs. Keep your back toes, which are your right toes, tucked under, so you press the top of your foot into the floor. On your exhale, lower your shin and hips back down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower. 2 more. Inhale, lift. And lower. This time, lift your hips up. Step your right foot to the back of your mat. Drop down to your right knee. Inhale, low crescent. Rise up, shoulders on top of hips. You can interlace hands here and press your palms up toward the ceiling. Or you can just let your hands rest on your hips and settle in. Find a little bit of movement, find some play. The body craves movement. It's a way for us to release energy. And then find a runner's lunge, hips melt forward and down, hands land on the inside of your left foot. Again, continue with any sway or movement. If your left knee wants to fall wide, I encourage the inner arch of your left foot to also lift up, just so everything stays in line and we protect our joints while allowing our body to find freedom through movement. Root down into your right hand. Inhale, easy twist. Left hand peels up. Breathe. You're welcome to wrap your left arm around your low back, searching for your right hip. One more breath in, release your bind if you have one. And on your exhale, left hand drops down. Inhale, puff up your chest. Exhale, round through your spine, push hips back into your half splits with a rounded spine. So our back is moving through cat-cow shape, legs are moving between a runner's lunge and a half splits. Inhale, rock forward, puff up chest, hips lower. Exhale, push back and round. One more. Inhale, rock forward. Exhale, shift back. Inhale, shift forward, pop up onto your back toes, lift your right knee. Inhale, high, easy twist. And on your exhale, pivot onto the pinky edge of both feet for your horizon lunge. You're welcome to wiggle your left foot in line with your hips, so you have a little bit more space. Hips drop down toward the floor. Inhale, lift it up, opening through your left hip, left outer glute, left IT band. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. One more. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Drop your right hip to the floor. Uncross or unthread your right leg from your left. Come back to center. We are back right where we started. So feet are wide, knees point up toward the ceiling. Drop the legs over to the left. On your inhale, rise up. Then adjust the left shin, right foot steps to the inside of the left knee. Just gently finding a forward motion of the right leg, of the right knee, to strengthen, to stretch out the ankle. Hands come down to the mat. Inhale, straighten through your legs. Exhale, lower back down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower. 2 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Connecting breath to movement. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. This time, inhale, lift hips. Exhale, step the left foot back, drop down to your left knee, untuck your toes, rise up for your low crescent. Find any movement the body might be craving. Less strict on our alignment. We're here just for safety. The rest is free game for the body. Find your runner's lunge. Hands come to the inside of the right foot. This side might feel different. It might feel the same as the first side, but we just practice observing and responding to the sensations that we become aware of. Moving slowly, moving mindfully. Root down into your left hand. Inhale, right hand peels up as you open your heart toward your right knee. Option to wrap your right arm around the low back. Inhale, release your bind if you have it. Exhale, both hands on the inside of the right foot. Puff up your chest, find your cow-like spine, heart pushes forward. Exhale, round through the back, hips push back to stack over your knee, toes pull towards you. Inhale, rock forward. Exhale, push back, chin tucks into chest. Inhale, rock forward, our last one. Exhale, shift back. Rock forward, tuck the back toes, lift your left knee. Inhale, high, easy twist, right hand peels up. Hips are welcome to settle into all this extra space that you have. And then we'll find our horizon lunge as you pivot onto the pinky edge of your feet. Wiggle your foot in front of your hips and inhale, press the top of your right hip up toward the ceiling. Right hand can sweep up and over. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Sit down onto your left hip. Pivot, hands come behind, uncross the right leg over the left, and slowly lower all the way down onto your back. Heels pull in towards your glutes, hands reach toward the backs of your heels. Start to press the soles of your feet into your mat as you inhale. Lift your hips, lift your pelvis up toward the ceiling. Squeeze the glutes. One more breath in. Exhale, slowly lower down one vertebra at a time. Cross your right ankle over your left knee for a supine figure 4. Flex your toes. Use your right hand to draw your knee away from you, or you can Thread your right arm underneath your calf and grab your left shin or hamstring. Today's practice isn't about reaching max depth in each shape, but rather a more gentle approach to let go of the harsh mindset, to let go of judgment, to let go of ego, and to let yourself just be. If you brought your legs into your chest, let your left foot land and then legs drop over to the left for a fallen figure four. Your right knee stays pointed up toward the ceiling. Feel free to take any other supine twist that feels good to you if this is not your shape of choice today. Inhale, draw your legs back to center. Uncross, swap it out. Left leg, left ankle over your knee. Left hand can press the knee away from you gently, or you can draw your legs in towards your chest. Future your legs into your chest, plant your right foot back down, fall in figure four, over to the right. Observe your breath. Continue to listen to what your inner wisdom has to say. Dakota. Dakota. Inhale, draw your legs back to center. Hug your knees into your chest. Place your hands on your knees. Push your legs arm's length distance out, and then draw circles with your knees. So both are moving together at the same time, starting going clockwise or counterclockwise. This massages out the low back. Go the other direction. And come back to center, release into Shavasana. Let your legs extend long. Let your feet splay out to the corners of your mat. Maybe you grab a blanket. Maybe you grab some pillows to help get really nice, cozy, and comfy. Let your breath return back to its natural pace as your body finds stillness and your thoughts start to slow down. Turning down the volume of all the noise that clouds our mind so that we can better hear the voice of our body, of our higher self guiding us. Please stay here as long as you can, at least a minute or two longer, to truly and fully receive all the benefits of your movement practice. I will leave you here. Thank you for joining me today. The student, the light, and the teacher in me sees, honors, loves, and learns from the student, the light, and the teacher in you. Thank you so much, and may you go in peace.